Oh no!
No!
Ring! I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
And welcome to part 4, everyone.
And new movie trivia Schmoedown, team champions of the world. Mark Andreyko, the long journey has finally concluded. He gets a belt. He is finally a champion. Mark Andreyko has won the championship.
Bibiani, Bateman, lots of us know this is like the white whale, and to finally conquer it even once makes you feel like you belong to be here.
Jeff Snyder is a team champion again.
To be the first person to win on 2 different teams is a huge success. You're going down in Schmoedown history. And Andreyko, this has been a long time coming, and I could not be more proud of you guys. This was not luck. This was you guys.
When they announced Mark Andreyko as my partner, I let out a woo-hoo. Because I was excited. I knew we could do great things in this league.
Mark Andreyko.
You're going to be pairing with Jeff Snyder in Anarchy.
Yep. He's definitely the bad cop to my good cop, but I think that balances out well, and Roxy will be an interesting addition because I think Roxy's a really good manager.
Lost fair and square, that's true. But I think you guys proved today that you're a force to be reckoned with, and you can take it all the way.
Yes. Five. Clark and Andreyko get it.
Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
This is letters to Iwo Jima.
Yes.
I'm off today. Tessa Thompson.
That's correct. Didn't have it. Tie game.
1995.
1994.
That's correct.
That is
Big
a
steal.
huge
Big
steal
steal.
there.
Christine Baranski.
We are tied going into round number 3. Mark. Sorry.
Steven Spielberg.
Tie game.
We're tied going in. We're tied coming out.
Apu is incorrect.
Key Largo.
Incorrect.
The road to El Dorado.
Brad Pitt and Matt Damon.
It was tough. It was a tough match. It was well fought and well played.
We were lucky to escape the ShireWolves today because I know I didn't play my best game, and I can't wait for a rematch to show them how good I really am.
When you do what the Shire
I didn't think we had room for any more goosebumps.
Really good about not only what we did today, but our legacy so far.
Whatever it takes to get to that belt. We are
I
going to
wonder
earn it.
We are the
what
we're
they'll-
in the league, and we're the winners right now.
The fact that
I
they
wonder
won
what
2
they'll
straight
decide.
defenses.
We'd be eager to do it again.
Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf could be the first to ever repeat right away. What a main event for Collider Collision we have now as Mark Andreyko takes his first championship. Jeff Snyder, the
I just
first
know that if
person to
Snyder
ever win
wears
the title
his,
twice.
robe.
And now what a challenge for the new champions as their their first defense of the titles. The ShireWolves get a chance because they've defended the title twice to take on the Odd Couple.
I think the ShireWolves are going to be gunning for those belts once again.
It was a good reminder.
It's fuel to the fire. You learn every match.
Collision, you know, they're going to get an automatic rematch against you guys at Collision.
We will bring that A game. That means we do it at Collision. We'll do it at Collision.
They have 6 straight victories, 2 title defenses.
You enjoy that belt because we're taking it back. You guys have proven to play very well in live scenarios.
Doesn't matter who it is, we're going to answer the call.
They knew going into this, we know we have to play our best, but they knew they had that in their back pocket. Here they go, main event, Collision. We get to see this amazing match again.
I have a feeling Collision's going to be a barn burner. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, if you weren't excited before, you should be now because there is the promo for the team championship, the rematch between the current champions, the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder, Mark Andreyko, and the legends. You have Classy Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing. And Jeff Snyder, also, by the way, has to be touted for the fact that he is the first guy to ever win the team championship twice, 2 different teams. Mark Andreyko had a journey to where, for a long time, Was he going to win a belt? Could he win a belt? And what a great moment. What a nice emotional moment when he did do it, showing how much it meant, showing how much he really wanted this, and the partnership between both him and Snyder and Roxy Striar. Roxy Striar, who's also making a big case to be manager of the year, the way she works with these guys, the way she keeps them in check. They truly are the odd couple. But to win, to keep on to those titles, as you know, it is very hard to do, especially when you're staring over at Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing.
Well, that's the big question with the odd couple was, are they going to be able to complement each other's strengths? Will they have good team chemistry?
Right.
The very definition of team chemistry is, it relates to the Schmoedown, is the ShireWolves. They've done it so many times. They've been so great for so long. And I have great news for everybody in the studio. I've just been told in my ear from a semi-drunk producer, Schmoedown Collision 3 is now trending on Twitter as a hashtag. We are trending on Twitter alongside other great hashtags such as Waffle House and Norway.
Perfect. So keep the hashtag going, especially for this main event, Schmoedown Collision 3 and ShireWolves versus Odd Couple. Live tweet about it. Get it out there. Comment, like, share, do the whole thing. Well, don't share this one yet, but share it on Friday.
Easy.
Share it on Friday. But, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're so excited for you to be here with us for this main event. Mark?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Do we do a tail of the tape?
We got to do a tail of the tape. We do a tail of the tape.
I mean, they're good at everything.
We do a tail of the tape, and the tail of the tape is exactly this. You have the ShireWolves horror movies. You could say Lord of the Rings fantasy movies if you wanted to, and just kicking ass and taking names.
Being friends.
Yes. Odd Couple, you also have whether it is musicals, okay? It could be Tarantino, and being strange, odd, and offensive, but that's just Snyder.
Having a very fun intro theme song.
Yes, and Draco is a hell of a human. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Now I'm ready.
All right. It's time for the movie
Trivia
Schmoedown!
5 rounds for the movie trivia Schmoedown Team Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challengers with a record of 6 wins,
Still love you,
1
ladies.
defeat, and 2 knockouts. They are the former movie trivia Schmoedown Team Champions, Classy Clark Wolf, and the Inner Geekdom Champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the ShireWolves. Round of ovation.
Huge ovation for the ShireWolves. Rachel the Inner Geekdom Champion waving to the throngs of the crowd that have longed to see the return of the ShireWolves. They know what to do. They've been here before.
Nice intro and nice outfits. Just very just kind of relaxed. I like what they're doing there. And their opponents. Led to the ring by their manager, Roxy Striar, with a record of 5 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 knockouts. They are the reigning, defending, undisputed movie trivia Schmoedown Team Champions of the World, the Insnider, Jeff Snyder, and Mark the Android and Draco, the Odd Couple. There's Roxy, and there are, what in the world is that?
I don't know
What in the world is that? That is odd.
He's got a hope none of these bubbles get anywhere near the equipment that you
Happy
and I know
Pride
of.
Month, everybody.
On Snyder's shoulder again. How many times did we see that in a year and a half? Snyder walking out with the belt, coming out with the championship, and he defends it. Can he defend it? Last time there was a defense against Clark Wolf. It was against the Wolves of Steel. This time he's got to do it against the ShireWolves. Going to be something really big. I won something.
Jeff Snyder looking like a white trash Glenda the Good Witch.
Good. All right. So the champions have sat down. The challengers have sat down. And Mark, how does round number 1 go?
Round number 1 in this championship 5-round match works like thus. 8 questions going to be asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point in round number 1. This is the team format. However, round number 1 is an individual exercise of movie trivia know-how. You may not consult with your teammate in round number 1, although every point you accrue will be added to your team's total. You have 15 seconds to answer each question. When we ask you by name to reveal your best attempt at an answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 5-round match, and each team also has 1 challenge to be used at any juncture. Christian.
All right, so we ask the champions first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
And the challengers, are you ready?
Son of a bitch.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Then let's get ready to
Keep going.
All right, here we go. Odd couple, ShireWolves, question 1, action adventure. In Kingsman, the Golden Circle,
God damn it.
who plays the head of the statesman, Champagne, a.k.a. Champ?
Movie is fucking awful.
Yeah,
It was even worse when we
I
watched.
did, but someone else who I've been told I look like has 1 and 2 also. 5, 4,
Well, that narrows
3,
the field, doesn't it?
2, 1.
Let's see if I'm right here.
Jacob?
Bridges.
Yes.
Jeff
Clark
Bridges?
Wolf.
Sam Jackson.
No, and Snyder.
Jeff Bridges.
Yes, Rachel?
Jeff Bridges.
Okay, so we start out right where we left off here. It's 2-1. 2-1, only 1 point difference as we start question 2.
All right, we delve into the world of crime movies. Something illegal happens. Your question. John C. Reilly and Kevin Bacon star as bank-robbing villains that take Meryl Streep and her family hostage in which Curtis Hanson film?
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen this. So I don't know.
Pretty good.
Probably subdued
Although Meryl
enough
Streep
for
does
the
kind of
main
run away with the movie.
I know, well.
Meryl Streep.
Yes,
Meryl
4,
Streep.
That's my fault.
3,
I did that.
2,
Guys.
1. Pens down, please. We start with Clark Wolf.
Don't have it.
I don't have it.
Snyder.
River Wild.
River Wild.
Yes. Cushing.
The River Wild.
Yes. And Draco?
The River
Oh,
Wild.
You had it. Okay. Clark Wolf, we'll take you as we
Come
start
on,
out
Clark.
the first
Come on.
round.
Gotta
here.
get that first question
Back in the
answered.
game.
Yeah. Round. So question 3. Question 3 here, round 1. Dramas. In 1993's In the Name of the Father, who stars as young Irishman Jerry
Hey!
Conlon?
You watch that Big Little Lies?
I do.
Here's the real question. Does this guy drink your
There's a show we
milkshake?
have called Collider Live. We play it often.
Oh, you guys still
5.
do that?
Yeah, we still do it.
Oh,
Okay,
good for
you
you.
should listen to it. It's great.
I'm not
3,
going to count it.
2,
But you can still write it down. if you
1.
want.
Pens down, please, and we
DDL.
start with Snyder.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes, Cushing.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
And Draco.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Clark.
I said Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clark's having a little shaky
Man.
start here. Okay, next
Right,
question.
6-3. The odd couple both throwing perfect
Please.
Take it
games.
off.
So far.
Back in the game.
We move on to
Please.
sports movies. And your question is, who does Rocky fight in the climactic boxing match in Rocky 2?
Yeah.
I got a big Rocky match coming up with Tom Dagnino. You know that? Looking forward to that one.
I haven't seen this movie, so I don't.
4, 3,
Rocky 2.
1. We start with Rachel
It's
Cushing.
the big rematch
Apollo
with
Creed?
Apollo
Yes.
Creed.
Apollo
Apollo Creed!
Yes, Clark.
Apollo Creed.
Yes!
Yes!
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Clark did get that one, and Snyder
I
missed.
knew he
We're only
missed.
2 points down now.
Fortunes change, Christian, as
Wow.
we have already arrived at the moment in the match where
And that's
we
kind of an
represent
easy
the
question.
final of the Burnett-Dagnino
So I'm surprised
match.
you missed it.
That is so true. It's sad.
To be fair, for
All
Case,
right,
it
here
was
we
a
go.
guess.
Fantasy
Yeah, it was
sci-fi.
a guess.
Fantasy
That's the
sci-fi
thing.
is
I
the
haven't
next
seen it.
question.
I'm still able to get.
In what 2018 sci-fi film can the protagonist be found on a mission to acquire 3 keys to unlock the
Oh.
gate to the golden egg?
Come on.
Sounds hard.
Doesn't sound.
Somebody gives me that offer, I'm like, yeah, the world can end or whatever's going to happen.
3 keys to unlock the gate to the golden egg?
5.
Yeah.
5-ish. 4,
Two egg white,
3,
five-ish.
2, 1. Pen
Ready,
down,
Player
please.
One?
We'll start with Mark Andreyko. No. Clark.
Nope.
No. Snyder.
Took me a second. Ready Player One.
Yes. Cushing.
Ready Player One.
Yes.
Player One.
Okay, so only 2 points down are the ShireWolves coming back here. Rachel Cushing.
Rachel's pitching a perfect game.
Rachel
Yes.
Cushing is pitching a perfect game. That is very true. Okay, next question.
Always seems to work out where I get to say your next category is comedies. Name the 2003 action comedy in which Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett play LAPD detectives who investigate the murder of a rap group?
No, I will not name that.
This is not a
Nope.
comedy.
Previous movie. Ready, player
At least
one?
it's not an
Action.
intentional
What song does it
comedy.
open with?
Hey,
You got it.
It's an action comedy,
If you
by
watch
the
it,
way.
Disney. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we start with
Hollywood
Clark Wolf.
Homicide.
Hollywood Homicide?
That's it. Snyder.
Hollywood Homicide.
Yes, Rachel.
Nope.
No.
Oh!
And Draco. Draco had it.
Ooh.
10-7. Clark Wolf gets it. Rachel misses. They're down 3, and it is 10-7. The champions have a 3-point lead as we get to the next question here, which is horror/thriller.
Ooh.
Elsa Lanchester played the title character in which classic horror sequel?
Oh!
Who? What was the name?
Elsa Lanchester played the title character in this horror sequel, classic horror sequel.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Snyder.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes. Rachel.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. And Mark.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Clark.
I am not going to show you what I wrote down, but it wasn't that.
Clark's a little off today. Clark's just not having the first round she normally has.
Yeah, you don't have to know what you wrote. If you got it wrong, you can simply say, I did not have the Bride of Frankenstein.
I just didn't have it. All right, next question.
For a Patreon contribution of $500, she will tell you.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Last question.
Is in the world of animated movies. Closing out round number 1, animated movies. Movies drawn on a computer or by hand. Your question, who voices the main character, the lion Alex, in the Madagascar franchise? You know, we have an Alex here.
Shit,
that,
I know
consider
who voices
a
Zebra.
lion. Yeah.
Hey,
Lion, son of a
Alex.
bitch. Just kidding.
Yikes.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun. You're right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we
Ben
go
Stiller.
to Rachel.
Ben Stiller.
And Draco.
Owen Wilson.
No. Clark.
Yeah, no.
No. And Snyder.
No.
No. But because of it, Rachel there gets the points, and it is 12-9. The Shire was down by 3. Down by 3, and Rachel did not. She got 7 out of that round.
Yeah,
so
very good round for Rachel, and then it seemed like all the other competitors at various points in round number 1 still feeling their way around the match, and this is a championship-level competition we have here, so nerves bound to get a little frayed in the early going.
All right, so
Out of your
round number
head.
2. Round
She's
number
in her
2.
own head.
How's it go?
That's why I'm here. It's the wheel round. The wheel of fate, doom, justice. Each team gets a spin at that thar wheel. There is no opponent's or spinner's choice on this wheel, which means that we have 12 movie trivia Schmoedown categories. Each category features 6 questions. This is a team format, so 6 questions are asked per team. Each question's worth 2
I'm
points.
waiting
There's
for
no
when
penalty
there'll
for
be
missing a question.
a title match
However,
when
there
opponents
is
and spinners
stealing
choice will
available
be
in
on the
round
wheel.
number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us multiple choice.
most
We'll give you 4
teams
options,
get
one of
it
which is
wrong.
the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Because the odd couple not only are the favorites, but they also find themselves in the lead 12-9, they have the option to spin first or defer to their opponents. So what would the bespectacled gentleman like?
A gentleman normally says ladies first, but
I'm
I'm
not
not a
gentleman.
gentleman.
I think we know that very well.
That's the
he is
truest
not.
thing ever been spoken
Yeah.
in this studio.
Right.
I don't know what kind. Okay, good for you.
Jeff Snyder preparing
A
for
spin from the wheel there,
a
champ. Not
spin
the
here.
All right, here's Jeff Snyder's ridiculous spin. There it is.
There it goes. Manager Roxy Stryer.
Okay.
All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, it is. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, the champions will go first. And
All right, 6 questions in the world of Leonardo DiCaprio.
I got it. All right, here we go. Starting first. DiCaprio played Jim Carroll, who was a drugged-out teenager, in which biographical film?
The Basketball Diaries.
Correct for 2 points.
3 points.
Nice. All right,
That never happens.
question 2. In Catch Me If You Can,
Unless it's
Frank
Blood Diamond.
Abagnale poses as a pilot for which airline?
Pan Am.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Delta, B, United, C, Northwest, or D, Pan Am?
Delta?
It's incorrect. The choices are A, Delta, B, United, C. Northwest, D. Pan
It
Am?
would be a big
Pan Am.
steal.
For 1 point.
Big
Correct.
steal.
Yeah, big steal.
4 questions remain for the odd couple.
All right, 4 questions remain. DiCaprio starred alongside this leading actress in 1995's The Quick and the Dead.
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone.
For 2 points. Okay. All right. What's the name of the ambitious war movie the title character is producing at the beginning of The Aviator?
Hell's Angels.
2 more points.
That was the fourth
yeah.
one.
All right.
And boy, what a tough one, but 2
Yep.
points go the way of the odd couple.
Number 5. Who played Leonardo DiCaprio's deceased wife in the thriller Shutter Island?
Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams.
Yes.
2 more points.
Yeah, that's the movie.
All right.
Just don't really remember it.
It's not Scorsese's best.
All right.
I'll admit.
Here we go. This
No.
actress played Sal, the leader of the beach
Okay.
community, opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in The Beach.
Tilda Swinton.
For 2 more points.
Damn!
All right.
Very
So-
impressive.
Is that impressive run? Was that 6?
Yeah, we went early DiCaprio, we went mid DiCaprio. That was an entire breadth of that young man's storied career.
All right, so the odd couple sees themselves up right now, 22-10. Classy Clark Wolf is at the wheel. She's going to
ShireWolves
spin
did
it.
steal one.
And here's a spin.
All right.
Here's that spin.
I had this thought in my head. I think I'll go ahead and put it out there for the world to know. I would consider Clark Wolf to be the best spinner of
Easily.
the wheel in history.
Easily. Well, she's had such a relationship with the wheel in her career from the beginning with the little stinky wheel to this
Quite.
wheel.
Yeah.
And this wheel's been more kind to her over the years.
What,
She
learned
hated
how
that.
to be an adult wheel.
She hated that first wheel, though, I'll tell you that.
Festival
Darlings.
Yeah, she did.
Spinning it.
Festival
Spinning
Darlings.
away from
Yeah,
Festival
spinning
Darlings.
away
There's
from
the spin
Festival
from
Darlings.
Classy Clark Wolf.
All right, here we go.
Spirits.
Whatever it lands on, the ShireWolves is going to be pressed to answer 6 questions
6 questions.
of movie trivia know-how. Unless, of course, it lands on Leo, because we can't give him too big of a head.
Too late.
All right, moving around.
Down
And
here.
it's not
Looks
going to
like
be
it's gonna
Festival
directors.
Darlings again.
It's directors. That could be big.
Directors.
That could be good for the ShireWolves.
Directors.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know how to figure out but I think they should be good. I guess definitely a thing you can study on.
All right.
Yeah.
In the world of directors, your first question. Robert Zemeckis directed Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer in this 2000 thriller.
What lies beneath?
2 points.
More points.
All right, next question. 2 more points. Who directed such comedies as Superbad, Adventureland, and Paul?
Greg Mottola?
Good pull by the ShireWolves, fighting back.
Yeah, Judd Apatow, yeah.
2 more points. And as we get to the halfway point in round number 2, who directed the Pixar films Monsters, Inc. and Inside Out?
Pete Doctor.
Hey, doctor.
Pete Doctor.
2 points.
Wow.
The
There come the
ShireWolves are
Wolves.
perfect.
Here come the Wolves.
Should they maintain this perfection through the last 3 questions, we'll be tied going into round number 3.
Yeah.
The betting round. Your next question, ShireWolves,
Yes,
in the
they
world
will.
of directors. Who made his directorial debut with the 1960 comedy The Bellboy?
Multiple choice.
Works.
Is it A, Jerry Lewis, B, Blake Edwards, C, Jack Lemmon, or D, Woody Allen?
Blake Edwards.
Jerry Lewis?
Hey, lady!
1 more point.
1 point.
Hold on.
All right. Your penultimate question in round
Ohio!
number 2 in the area
What?
of directors. Which actress was the director of the films In the Land of Blood and Honey and By the Sea?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie?
2 points, and they're within 3 of the odd couples lead. All right, so 1 question remains, and if the ShireWolves are able to get this last question, round number 2, right off the bat, they're going to pull to within 1 of the odd couple. In the realm of directors, Todd Williams, Henry Joost, and Christopher Landon all directed entries in this recent horror franchise.
It's not the Conjuring universe.
Saw?
No.
Paranormal Activity.
2 more points, and it's a 1.
What a comeback by the former champs. It is 22.
That's what I'm talking about.
They have cut the lead to 1 as we get into round number 3. It looked like a big gap, hard to come back from, but they did it. They're only a point behind as we get into round number 3. That's the betting round. Mark, how's that going?
Yeah, I think those round number 1 nerves are all a thing of the past now, and just in time because round number 3, like you said, Christian, it's the betting round. The team currently in the lead, which in this scenario is the odd couple, is going to spin the wheel. Whatever slice it lands on, one question will be asked to the field in that realm. The question is going to be worth the point value of the team's choosing. Once you settle on a genre, we're going to ask you for a wager between 0 to 3 points. You can bet no points, you can bet 3 points, 1, 2, however many you want, up to 3. And then we'll ask the question. If you get the question right, you gain that many points. If you get the question wrong, you lose as many points as you bet.
All right, Jeff Snyder's going to spin the wheel to find out what category we're asking.
All right.
Like, once again, happy Pride Month, but Jeff, what
round
the
and round
fuck
it goes.
are you
Make sure you
wearing?
catch Jeff Snyder headlining at Jumbo's Clown Room tonight.
And we're going to be landing on
Mixed bag. I love it.
So what that happened last time?
I love
That
it.
happened last time,
Oh, this
didn't
is
it?
great. Because
Mixed
mixed
bag.
bag, they don't know what the category is, so they still have to write down a wager
I'm
now.
pretty sure
so.
that happened last time.
Oh, good
Oh,
God.
this is good stuff here.
Mixed bag.
Mixed bag could be literally anything. It could be a book question.
Yeah.
I'm betting 0. I'm betting 3. I don't care.
Wow. Teams getting their wager set. You are allowed to confer with your teammate.
It can be anything.
All right, mixed bag. All right, so
Got the
In
point
Revenge of
values
the
ready?
Sith.
here we
All
go.
right, can I take a quick look? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And with
Yeah.
can I just flip it over?
Yes, I saw both. I
Thank
saw
you very
both.
much.
All right, here we go, guys. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High, who plays popular senior Brad Hamilton?
No. No.
Gotta write it down. No multiple choice.
For 2 points.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Yep.
I don't have it.
We're going to find out for sure, too, as we 5, 4,
No point in me picking up that board.
2,
I'm just
1.
going to get
We
ready for the
start
speed
with
round.
the challengers, how many points?
2.
And you said?
Judge Reinhold.
How many points for the champions?
2.
And you said?
Judge Ryan.
Both correct on both sides, so it's still 1 point.
Good points.
24, 23. And now we get to the
have some
speed
fun.
round. This usually makes or breaks the match. It just depends on how it goes, but the speed round, we have, what are the rules?
In number 4, as in rounds, the
And
buzzers
keep in mind, we
come
don't have
out
the questions in front of us.
Teammates
actually
and
look at
competitors will have to buzz in, and we call it the speed round because whoever
Because we're
buzzes
not
in
reacting
first
to the final
gets a shot
product.
at answering that question. There's 5 questions total
still a
in
temporary
the
product.
speed round.
Oh, yeah.
You may not rely on your teammates' knowledge. This is an individual exercise, although like in round 1, any point that you accrue will be added to your team's total. The way that the speed round works is that each question is worth 1 point. If you get it right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, you lose the point. You have exactly 2 seconds to answer the question once I say your name. Christian Harloff will be asking all 5 speed round questions. As soon as I say you by name, then you have exactly 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to answer the question. If you don't get it
By
right or
weird
you're not
ass,
able to answer correctly within those 2 seconds,
nickname?
you will lose
That's
the
like
point. We always like to do a little
understandable.
test here just to
No,
make sure the
actually-
buzzers are working. So, Mark Andreyko, this question is going to be asked to you first. What is your teammate's name? Mark.
Robert Meyer Burnett.
We'll accept that. All right, Jeff Snyder, what is your teammate's name?
Blowhell's cat.
Mark Andreyko.
Very accurate, 1 point. All right, Clark Wolf, what is Mark Andreyko's teammate's name?
This feels like a trick question. Jeff Snyder.
Okay, she 1.5 seconds. All right,
Took the high-
and
she took the high road.
Rachel Cushing, your question is, who is the greatest Inner Geekdom player of all time?
All right, I'll say it. Me.
Hey! Buzzers work. And the confidence is there.
Wait. When she said I missed it.
That's great. All right,
Said
cool.
I'll say it. Me.
All right, I will just be saying
no.
your first name when I call
The
it.
only person I heard scream and yell there was Eric, the editor, who's going to use that in the next clip. I can tell you. All right. Champions, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Challengers, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Who played the title character in Uncle Buck?
John Candy.
John Candy.
Correct.
Mark had it.
What film released in 2014 won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards?
Birdman or The Virtues of Ignorance.
Rachel.
Birdman.
Correct.
3 questions remain.
Okay. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films.
Mark.
Equalizer.
Yes.
The Equalizer
Oh,
2.
actually, no. No. The full question is, Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? The answer is The Equalizer 2.
Challenge.
Challenge.
So the challenge is on the table.
Okay.
We will go to a ruling, and we'll be.
It's a fair challenge, but I wouldn't give it
You
to him.
can't. The full question is. Yeah.
We are back, and after consulting with the judge as well as Christian and myself, we have decided that the ruling does stand. The point will not be awarded to Mark Andreyko or his team, the Odd Couple. They will lose a point because the full
Can we
question
hear that question again?
had the answer of the Equalizer 2. This is why the speed round is so challenging, is that you want to buzz in with the right answer, but sometimes in your rush to do so, you buzz in before you hear the full question asked. The question had the answer, the Equalizer 2.
What was the question?
Here's
Can
the
you
question.
repeat it?
Yes, I can. Denzel Washington had famously never done a sequel to one of his films until which 2018 film? Which would be The Equalizer 2. The first equal. Yeah. All right.
Tough break, and we have one more question to go.
Two more.
Two more questions.
Two more
questions to go in the speed round.
All right, here we go. Question number 4. Which 2005 Steve Carell film served as Judd Apatow's direct?
Jeff.
The 40-year-old virgin.
Yes. All right.
Didn't take him long to get back on the train. Last question in the speed round.
Last one. Which Oscar-nominated coming-of-age movie was filmed over a 12-year period?
Mark.
Boyhood.
Yes.
And Mark Andreyko goes back too. That's
Tie
a big
game.
play for the Odd. A ruling not going in their favor, yet they're able to bounce back with the last 2 correct answers in the speed round. And guess what, Christian? You see that score?
Tie game.
50 points have been scored, half by each team.
Tie game as we get to the final round, the championship round.
Belts will either be retained or distributed in the final round, round number 5. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Next one's worth 3 points. The last question is worth 5 points. Because this is a team format, here's how it works. We'll give you the category for your 2-point question. At that point, the team must decide which member is going to answer solo. You may not consult with your teammate for either the 2-pointer or the 3-pointer. The 3-pointer thereby answered by the opposing member. You may only consult with your teammate for the 5-point
I don't think
Roxy
Roxy would go for it.
Christian, like we said, tied at 25. It's been a hell of a match thus far. Because the Odd Couple are the favorites going into it, they have the belts. They can give us their 3 lucky numbers first. So, gentlemen, do you feel lucky, punks?
What is it? 1 through 20?
1 through 20. Joseph with the amazing. All right.
5, 10, and 15.
5, 10, and 15 for the champions and for the ShireWolves.
8, 12, 19.
8, 12, and 19 for the Wolves, who will go first. It will be question 8. Oh, excuse me, category 8 for the Wolves. 2-pointer here comes in Sly and Arnie films. Sly and Arnie films.
All right, who would like to answer it? Keep in mind, JTE is not on your team.
I feel like Rachel is more on her game today, so give it to Clark.
Yeah.
It's tough because you always got to wonder
Let
who's going
Rachel
to
go
answer whatever
for
that 3-point can.
Gonna need a decision here in 5, 4, 3.
Okay.
2.
All right, I will take it.
All right, Clark Wolf's gonna take it.
I don't know if that was the right choice.
Clark, we're gonna start here.
Okay.
Clark, what is the city? What city is the main setting in the film Daylight?
That's a 2-point question?
Chicago.
No.
Answer is New York City. New York City.
I want to be a part of it.
We bounce
That is
back
not
to
a
the
2-pointer.
Odd Couple here who have to answer their 2-pointers.
All right, Odd Couple, you selected for your
Just like
2-point
Cinderella,
question number
listen, a
5,
2-pointer.
and that corresponds to the world of the 80s.
I'll take it.
Okay. For
Okay.
2 points, your question is, you can find the characters of Gordy, Vern, Chris, and
Stand
Teddy.
by Me.
Stand by Me.
What?
Stand by Me.
1986
Sorry.
coming of age film. You would have thought you learned your lesson of all people.
Great movie. I
But he is
recently watched
correct.
He's
It
correct.
was a 1986 Rob Reiner film, and now the Odd Couple have a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
So now we go back to the ShireWolves. If they get their three-pointer right, they're going to force the hand of the Odd Couple yet again.
All right, so now we get to the three-pointer. This is crime. This is Rachel Cushing's question. Rachel, you have 20 seconds for this one. Name 3 of the 5 actors who played criminals in The Usual Suspects.
Kevin Pollak.
Benicio del Toro, Kevin
Kevin
Pollak,
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Gabriel Byrne.
Oh,
Correct.
yeah. And Gabriel Byrne.
All right.
Very impressively answered.
Three-pointer now for the Odd Couple and Jeff Snyder.
That's right, Jeff. So your team selected number 10, and your three-point question that is asked just to you is in the world of biopics. And your question. Paul Dano and John Cusack portrayed which famous musician in 2015's Love and Mercy?
Brian Wilson.
For 3
3
points.
points. And now
All
they're
right.
back in the lead. So now the
Fireball,
ShireWolves,
five-pointer.
Christian, it is a do-or-die moment.
Oh, boy. Right now, they have a chance to throw it back to the Odd Couple with this 5-pointer. If they hit it, it bounces back to the champions. However, if they miss, the Odd Couple retains the titles. Number 19. Look out for that belt in front of you, Rachel. It's comic book movies.
Oh.
Comic book movies.
No.
Oh, shit.
Here we go. In Deadpool, what does Wade decide to do with Vanessa on their first date?
Skee ball.
Skee ball.
Yeah, skee ball.
Play skee ball?
5 points.
That's correct. So we find ourselves in this position. It's down to the
Token was
5-pointer.
part of their
If
anniversary
the Odd
gift.
Couple hits it, they keep the titles. However, if they miss it, the ShireWolves regain the titles, and they will see Rachel Cushing as a double champion once again. Mark the 5-pointer.
The 5-pointer for the win and to keep the belts comes as you selected number 15 in the world of comedy. No, it's round 5. And your question. In the film Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone on his Christmas list?
What?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Oh, my
5,
God.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Do that. In Scrooged, what does arrogant TV executive Frank Cross send to most everyone
I have
on
no
his
idea.
Christmas list?
I don't know. I don't care.
Fruitcake?
And your and champions once again. They are Classy Clark Wolf, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the ShireWolves.
It's a towel. It's a
towel.
monogram towel. He sent a VCR to a few people, but most of them got the dreaded towel.
The answer was a towel, and we found ourselves in the same exact position. This time, the Odd Couple had to answer the 5. They didn't get it, and the ShireWolves take the belts back.
Wow.
Rachel Cushing is once again both the team and Inner Geekdom's champion. The Odd Couple fought a hell of a battle. What a fight by the Odd Couple.
What a great game, and what a comeback by them, because to have the ruling go the other way midway through round number 4, the speed round, when the sweat beads really start to form, to be able to come back from taking that uppercut and getting the last points in that round, and then being able to 3-point question. This came down to the wire. As we thought it was the ShireWolves way, they are champions again.
Are the movie trivia Schmoedown champions for the second time. They are the only two people now. They're the only team ever to repeat. They're the only team to ever do it twice. And Rachel and Clark joined Jeff Snyder as the only people to win it twice. The team. Oh, excuse me.
Patriots.
Yes, the Patriots. So, man, that was a battle right down to the wire. Nothing to be ashamed of on both teams here. And I'm sure Jen Sturger has a lot to say to both the Odd Couple and Roxy Stryer. Here we go.
Well, Jeff, even though you're dressed like a parade, you will not be attending one today. I know. And you guys really put forth a valiant effort out there. I know, Mark, you were probably disappointed, obviously, with what went down in the speed round. Tell me what your thoughts are going through this right now.
You know what? This was a mirror image of the match where we beat them. It came down to the 5-point question. We were behind that time. They came, you know, you always want to win. Anyone that says they don't want to win is lying. But if we could play like them, if we could just play them off and on like this for the rest of our lives, I'd be happy. This is a fun. I'm going to look forward to watching this match because it was this with a score of 63 between the two teams. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And congratulations to them. They're great. You know, it's the fate, it's the wheel, it's that 5-point question. I knew their 5-point question last time. They knew our 5-point question this time. That's just the way it happens. The only sadness is I would have liked to have won 2 in a row, but that's a first-class problem to have.
Absolutely. Jeff, you've defended a belt, what, 7 times?
Yeah, I would have loved to have defended this one today, but ShireWolves came to play. I mean, they ran through that second round. I thought we had them on the ropes, and I got a lot of good director questions, and yeah, speed round, tough blow.
Well, what did you learn defending a title for the first time, Mark? How was that feeling?
It was surprisingly less tense than I thought it was. It was. I tried to be very zen, and Jeff's been really good about that. Like when.
Well, that's the thing. It takes pressure off if you have it. If you don't have it, you're jacked up to get it.
You out of your head, and because you can.
Especially if you have never had it yet.
It's the difference of why I like playing teams instead of singles, because in singles you're only in your own head, and I want to move out of here.
You by your own.
But is this really what you want to move into?
Yes, I told Jeff. I said I hope we remain a team as long as he will have me, because I think we complement each other really well. I think we're in a groove. Like I said, I have no shame about this loss. If every loss is this good, I can lose every match for the rest of my life. So there's and I'm very proud of Rachel and Clark. They're dear friends. They're family. So to lose to friends in a match this exciting, it's a win.
Roxy, I know you and I have had our differences, but I have to say, watching this team out there and just the way they've progressed and the way that they've built this undeniable chemistry, you've done an amazing job as manager this year. And I mean, if this isn't a run for manager of the year, I don't know what is, honestly.
Oh, there's no
Thank you so much.
I will die on the hill.
You both do it.
We would not be here without Roxy.
Don't die on the hill because we got to keep playing. We've got more to do. I really appreciate that, Jen. And also, I just want to say, there's nothing more you guys could have done. I'm so proud of you. I thought that you played the most amazing game today, and you talked, you communicated. Everything that was a problem the first match we ever had is no longer a problem. If you don't know it, you don't know it. You guys know way more than I'll ever know. So I'm just really proud of you guys.
Well, I'm sure this is not the last we've seen of the Odd Couple.
We want a rubber match, and we're gonna take on whoever we have to in this league to get back to this position. Because yeah, I think the third one would really have some fireworks.
Well, with the team tournament coming up, I'm thinking we can make that happen for you guys. Sorry about your loss, but hell of a match, guys.
Thank you for watching.
All right, look, that was classy loss.
They're called the Odd Couple. They should change the name to the Happy Losers.
Well, I mean, it was. I think Andreyko nailed it though. There's nothing to come out of that fight and say, oh man, this happened and this should have happened. It's like, that's exactly why they play the game, because you want a match like this. Like for people who are watching this that want to be in the Schmoedown, they go, oh, you know what match I really watched that I wanted to see, that made me want to become a player, was ShireWolves versus the Odd Couple. Both the matches, the way that they played, the way they respected each other, the knowledge that they both had. You look at Clark Wolf's game. Clark had struggled in that first round, came back to fight in that second round, and then had a strong the third round, the fourth round. They just played all together. Rachel Cushing had a hell of a game, and it was just
and that's the lesson that you learn when you watch a championship match. It's not who can play the more perfect game, because there are no perfect games. What you're going to experience is people taking their lumps and being able to come back from that.
How do you hang in there?
It's a quote in a rock.
All right, so now we are with Jen Sturger, who was with the new Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champions once again, the ShireWolves.
That's right, guys. Ladies, how does it feel?
Oh, that gold looks good on that.
You guys are the people's champions. How does it feel to have that hardware back?
It feels so good. I said in the pre Q&A that like we had to do a gut check. We lost, and that took a little bit to sink in, but it made us stronger. It made us fight a little bit harder, and we wanted to be the team that while we lost the belts, we fought back and got them back, and that's what we did.
What have you guys learned from your feud now with the Odd Couple? I feel like they're the first competition you guys really came up against that you were like, oh wow, like you said, it was a gut check moment.
Yeah, they are formidable opponents, absolutely, and they're an incredible team. They're so well rounded. When we're thinking about categories for the wheel, we're always like, well, geez, what do we pick? I don't even, meaning because we feel like their strengths are our strengths and our strengths are their strengths, and we feel very evenly matched, which means that's going to be that's always going to be a tough match.
Is that why Har wasn't on the wheel? I was wondering, because I'm like, that's your go-to. Yeah. Where was it?
Yeah, no. If Mark Andreyko is playing against me, Horror is not going on the wheel. That's not a lock. I do want to say, by the way, after just now, I want to clarify when we were at the desk and I said, towel, I was quoting Scrooged. I wasn't yelling at them being a jerk. So I just wanted to VHS. So anyway, that's just a little nerdy part because Scrooged is like my favorite movie. Sorry.
I don't think anyone would ever call the ShireWolves jerks, even in the comment section. Rachel, I know you have such a love-hate relationship with the comment section and Twitter. What does winning this belt back mean to you?
Mostly hate.
It goes back to something I said before, too. Defending the belt the first time against Who's the Boss was the match that meant the most to us because it meant proving all those people wrong. And it was as much about them as it was about us. After that, it was about us, like growing our partnership, getting better, honing in on the game, and playing our hearts out, knowing win or lose, we've cemented our status, we've cemented our legacy in this game, and we're so proud of that. So, as much as we love our fans and all the little girls and the people that look up to us, and that's truly one of the best parts of this game, and we're definitely hoping that we represent you well. But this isn't about the fans. This is about us now.
Yeah, and if I can just say, it's always amusing to me after playing with Rachel for so long that she allows detractors to get into her head because she is probably the best person to ever play this entire game. Inner geekdom, singles, teams, whatever. And I think she
I'm not going to fight
today, time and time. You promote it over and over again, but I struggled in this
We're
game,
in Star
and
Wars.
Rachel,
Let's see how she does there.
picked up where I was struggling and helped carry me. And I think we hopefully do that for each other. But I was really glad that Rachel was my partner today.
But I just have to say, that's a sign of a good partnership.
Yeah, and once you did need Rachel as a partner.
No player in this league has been perfect every game, every match they've been in. And a sign of a good partnership is recognizing that your teammate's struggling a little bit, doing your best to pick up the slack, but also to be there to encourage them. We had a long talk about who was going to take the 2-pointer and the 3-pointer because of where our heads were at. It was less about the categories, but that's why we're a great team. We talk it out. We have each other's backs. She's had my back when I didn't have good games, and today I was proud to pick up a little bit of that slack. It happens, but that's why you're my favorite person in this league, and that's why I'm so glad you're my partner.
So now you ladies get to sit back and watch the team tournament and see who you will have to defend against next. I know you're not even looking forward to that, but Rachel, obviously, you've got two belts on your shoulders
First
right now.
We will
And
be
I know that you were
finding
probably
fodder.
too busy
So
prepping
we'll be
for your
finding
match
fodder.
earlier, but
Touche.
I'm sure you've heard that you'll be facing Mike Kalinowski now at Comic-Con in San Diego. What is that going to be like going up against KO again?
I said it last time. If he wants to lose to me a fourth time, I am happy to oblige. But congratulations, it was a hell of a match. Kevin, you're a star in the league. You'll do amazing in the future, I have no doubt. But I am very excited to go up against Mike again in front of the Comic-Con crowd.
I think I can vouch for this entire audience and the audience at home when I say I'm very excited for that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. The new champions who will be at the post show when we wrap this thing up here, talking to Emma Fife and Ken Knapsack. But look, what an event it was, partner. We had two big number one contender matches, the Manager Bowl and the Team Championship, that saw the champions once again, Classy Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing, taking their championship back.
Hey, it's been an honor to be here with you and with everyone out there for the Collision 3. And we got to learn a little something with that last match, is that if you lose, take it with a smile on your face and enjoy the ride. And for the victors, where they're covering up each other's mistakes, that's what makes a great partnership. You and I should start doing that.
Sure. What'd you say? Anyway, I wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank all of you once again, and make sure
it was my pleasure.
Thank you. Keep that
we
hashtag
want to
going
thank
of
you.
the Schmoedown Collision
Yes.
3,
And everyone there.
ShireWolves versus
Indeed.
couple, whatever it is. Get it out there, and we're going to be checking all that. We'll retweet some of them from the official account, do all the stuff there too. Make sure you join the Facebook group. There's almost 20,000 of you guys right now. If you haven't joined Patreon, please do so. All the live events that we get, you can be part of that. If you, whether you wanted to just get the stream, you can do that, or you become a $10 patron. You get every live stream we do, and we have a ton of live streams coming. One of those is going to be the July 20th match, where we now know the Inner Geekdom Championship will be Rachel the Crusher Cushing, the teams and Inner Geekdom champion, putting up the Inner Geekdom title against Mike the Killer Kalinowski.
Oh, that's going to be a big match. Very excited to get to San Diego. In the long term, yes, we're going to San Diego. We're going to New York. You can get those tickets at theschmoedownlive.com. In the short term, I need a bathroom break. And we're also going to go to a post-show where we have a live stream. We're going to have a lot of the competitors here today. Some people, maybe you and I, will pop into it. But just lest we forget, let's get everybody in this room to give a huge round of applause to our crew, who literally seamlessly, perfectly executed.
Every time.
By my count, they only spilled a beer 3 times, and that's a new record.
And I think they've earned it every single time.
Yeah,
Thank you
remember
to
the
all you
winner?
guys, whether the crew, the fans, everyone. Thank you so much.
That was
Make
the
sure
only
you
thing.
listen
Great fans
also,
That's
listen
great.
to the Schmoedown Rundown next week to really go over all this, whether it's Frankie Numbers, The Boat, Brad Gilmore, and Chris Clark, who will be talking about this in length. But yeah, Mark said it. Go on over to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel and go to the post show. Emma Fife, Ken Knapsack taking your questions. So go on over there now and start asking questions. You're going to see some of the champions. You don't know what special guests are going to show up, but go on over to the post show. Wrapped up. What a great event it was. One of the best events I think we've done so far. For the great Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
Holy mother of God. We made it. We made it through.
Made it through.
Oh.
It's really fucking late where I live, and I'm kind of tired, but Jesus Christ.
Same.
Like, I have mixed feelings, because one, I am still hyped on the event, because it was such a great event, and it had such great matches. And yeah, the other one is exhaustion and being tired, so yeah. Oh, God. That was one of their best events. I'll just say it.
Same.
But seriously, and considering that everything that we saw was live, so the people who did the graphics, they needed to cut to cameras, they needed to coordinate all that. That's goddamn impressive the way that they did it, because at times I forgot that I was watching a live thing, and I thought I was watching a pre-recorded thing that was completely edited and whatnot. So, damn, really impressive.
Like that's the beauty of the fact that they've been doing this now for 3 years, is that they, Christian, Ruvalcaba, Cody, and all them, like, they have this shit down pat. They know exactly the cues. They know exactly when to cut a mic or to change a camera, and they're pros. So seriously, I don't know if you guys will check out this reaction, but and then shit, I might just send you a tweet on Facebook or on Twitter. Tweet on Facebook. Oh God, see, that's
Tweet on Facebook. Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how tired we are, but that's how impressed we all are with your guys' work. So to the crew, Thad, and everybody there, you guys are fucking rock stars.
Thank you so much. Everyone involved in this event, a huge thank you for delivering us such a great product, period.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, this is what I always say after these big live events, but yeah, it is with the Schmoedown matches, I'm like, okay, a lot of work goes into that as well, but it is these live events that everything needs to be on their A game, and, they just bring it, and it's just awesome to see that. onto the matches. Ah.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
it started with just one of the best 5-ways we've seen with the Manager Bowl. Holy shit. That's the thing. Chris and I picked Roka. He came in third in that one. He was beaten by 2 people. So, yeah.
And I picked Janine, who would have won if not for a stupid Man in the Iron Mask question. Like, if I recall correctly, that movie is good, but no one watches it that much. So
it's fine, but nobody watches it that much.
Now, look, to be fair, Janine can now officially say she's beaten Roka in a match. So that's something. Like bragging rights.
Indeed, she can. And you know, if she hasn't earned anyone's respect, if she hasn't earned the respect of certain fans by now,
what is wrong
this
with
match should have proved. This match, if not her previous 2 matches this year, have proven that she is a beast, and it's just a matter of time before she gets a belt of her own. But until then, we have to worry about what's going to happen in July because Robert Meyer Burnett now holds the keys to the kingdom.
It's going to be anarchy. It's going to be completely insane, and I cannot wait to see this shit show. I know I'll love this.
Nico, do you want me to invest in noose rope for the both of us?
In what?
You can do that for yourself. I'll just buy some pepper spray and I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out to combat the reign of terror that will be the family controlling the Schmoedown.
It's gonna be fun. Look. I like the family a lot. I think that the faction that they've made is, I mean, it's crazy. They're insane. Besides McWeenie, he's like toned down, but the other guys in there are insane. But that's just why I love it. Like, I love the insanity, and I cannot wait to see the insanity unfold in July. So that. Then we got the Inner Geekdom #1 contender match, and damn.
Who said it strikes again?
Harry.
Peter or Harry. That was the difference. And Kevin said it himself. He knew it was Harry. It doesn't make sense that it would be Peter because it is to Peter. Why would he say don't tell Peter if he's talking to Peter? And he said it. Like, the lights got to him. It's definitely possible to get insight. Like, it is very easy with these type of events, with these type of matches where you're either playing a #1 contender match or a title match or something very important, to get inside your own head, doubting yourself, like, but is it? It's so easy to get that, and that's why, Smets, look, he is still 3-1. He is gonna come back. He is going to annihilate Adam Lavik probably, and then he is gonna come right back for it. So, yeah. You okay there, Chris?
Yeah.
No, I'm just dying. Don't mind me.
Nico.
Yeah. We love Kevin. He's a friend of ours. So it was rough seeing that happen to him. But, regardless of how some of us feel about corruption as a whole, the individuals behind the personalities, they're good people. And Mike Kalinowski, to see the emotion on his face as he won that match, you can't help but feel something. You can't help but feel good for him for all that work paying off. And I know you two aren't big on the fight game as I am, but to compare Mike Kalinowski's journey, there's a guy by the name of Rafael Dos Anjos. His UFC debut, he got knocked out with an uppercut from hell in the 3rd round. And he was in the promotion for a long time, and it was just, and some people wondered, would he ever make it? Would he ever make it to the big time? And then as time progressed, he just kept putting in the work, and he became the lightweight champion after a certain amount of time. Successfully defended the belt too, before losing it to Eddie Alvarez, and then moved up to welterweight, and he's had some success there as well. So again, Never let it. Ken Knapsack said best. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. And Kalinowski is a finisher. He finishes what he starts. And although the start isn't always the smoothest beginning, he finds a way to make the journey all the more worth it.
So that means Kalinowski is Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Well, look, Kalinowski has shown one thing in the entire Inner Geekdom League, and that is, it doesn't matter how you knock him down, he'll always come back. Regardless of what you do to him, he'll always come back. He's driven, he's motivated, he knows how to put in the work, he knows how to study for that. That's why he is definitely one of the best competitors. And yeah, like it's difficult to say if he will finally beat Rachel this time, because yes, his record, like the history books are against him, but I think that from just doing these high stake matches, he's had several title matches and #1 contender matches recently. He knows how to get through them, how to study for them, how to prepare for them, how to play them. That he'll put up a fight. I won't say he'll win because Rachel is just Rachel, and once again a double champ. So we'll see. You guys have final words before we move on?
About Smets Kalinowski or just the whole? Yeah, no.
No. Inner Geekdom. No. We'll just go by the matches one by one because the next one is a friend of mine. I consider him a friend of mine because I learned to know him from the fan leagues. I have played him several times, and I lost the goddamn title to him. Paul Oyama is 4-0. And he is facing Dan Murrell. That's crazy. And the guy's 20 years old. Like, I'm proud of him. I'm honestly proud of him, what he has accomplished. That he is definitely showing that those fan leagues are no slouch and that you can definitely grow up to be a star from them. So, what do you have to say, guys?
I don't really have much to say outside of the simple fact that as Nico and I discussed last week, it's just not Liz's time yet. But once she goes through the tournament, and I got a feeling she will at the very least make the semifinals of that tournament. If not, possibly take the whole damn thing.
It really depends on who she faces, I think.
Yeah.
And how big the tournament is. If they'll do an 8-person or 16-person tournament. I think a 16-person tournament is definitely possible because you do have a lot of great competitors, also including the rookies. So I have to see. But
we'll have to see with that, and to share your sentiments towards Paul. Like, I faced him 3 times, and I never beat him once. But my God, if he's not one of the best trivia minds I've ever seen in my entire effing life. So,
yes.
So Paul, congratulations. You 100% earned this win. Now, kind of like Smets with Kalinowski, I'm sorry to do this to you, man. I genuinely don't think you're ready to beat Merle. But I know in my heart of hearts, you will give him a fucking fight to remember because you've been in this situation many times in the fan leagues.
Yeah.
But experience usually comes out on top in these scenarios. And I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm not saying, there's no way that Merle's going to lose. But I'm saying if you had to ask me to put the Vegas odds go to Merle.
Nico?
Chris and I were both right to say it's not Liz's time yet. We're both believers, though, and I do think she will go far. It's just needs more work.
Yeah.
As for Paul, first things first, he's validated. He's validated every league we've competed in. And he's validated the competition that he's had to beat to get to this point, as much as validating himself. And, you know, Paul, he won titles in places that had multiple different formats.
Yeah.
As to how you could win. So for one, he's adaptable. Doesn't matter what the rule set is. Doesn't matter what the question amount is. If it involves movies,
what type of questions you need to answer? Because the round formats, he's played a lot of them.
he knows how to handle himself in any situation you put him in. And you know, Chris, you might be saying that he maybe he's not ready for Dan. I think he is, because he believes he is. And now he's got Kaiser, who also believes that he's ready for it. And if he doesn't, he's going to get Paul ready for that moment. Because this win was necessary for Kaiser as much as it was for Paul. The dungeon needed a boost after having a rough night. And they got that boost. And now Kaiser, he's going to make sure that the dungeon training methods, he's going to put Paul through the ringers to get him ready for Dan Murrell. So I feel like Dan Murrell should actually be watching over his shoulder, because Paul believes in himself. Paul is going to put in the work to make sure that every ounce of cockiness he has in his body is backed up with the knowledge to do so.
Yeah, I think that Dan might underestimate Paul a little. I'm not saying he will. And look, I'm not saying at all that Dan will lose this or that Paul. I have no clue who will win this. I honestly don't, because you guys bring both arguments as to why Merle should win or Paul should win. I think in the end, it's going to get down to do they respect their opponent enough in that match to really think, oh, I am actually facing the best competitor I can face right now. Paul, I think, recognizes that. Paul definitely respects Merle. The question is, does Merle know how good of a player Paul is? Because I think he might underestimate him. Like, oh, this is a young kid from the families. And yeah, he had a little bit of luck with his matches, but this is not serious. If Merle has that kind of mindset, he might lose. Simply because he thinks of Paul as a slouch. And Paul has to prove time and time again he's no slouch. So yeah, it'll come down to how they get into their own heads, thinking about their opponent, the guy sitting across the table, if they're worthy. We'll have to wait and see. It's still a few weeks away. And then the title match, the team title match. Holy shit! These team title matches that the ShireWolves are in. Look. It might get a little bit boring for some people to see the ShireWolves win, even though you might not be the biggest fan of them. But it's every single time a great match. And the Odd Couple have definitely proven themselves to be the toughest hurdle for them, because the Odd Couple was just one question away from winning it again, from just retaining. Like, seriously, it was the 5-point and they missed it, like the ShireWolves did in their last match. So there's a good rivalry going there, and I can't wait to see it again. I want to see that again. I want to see the Odd Couple face whoever they need to face. Oh wait, it's going to be a tournament. I think the Odd Couple could win that tournament to get back to that point. In my opinion. Yo guys. Nico?
Okay. I guess I'll go. Hard to say who's going to win the tournament, because we don't really know who's all in it yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's just one team, and who knows what newer teams could find their way into the tournament. A lot can happen, especially with, as we mentioned, Robert Meyer Burnett now holding the keys to the kingdom for the month of July.
I do think the family can do a lot with that.
And for all we know, Robert Meyer Burnett might be playing, maybe I can put this person here instead of over there where they used to be, and just screw everything up. Sort of like a mini anarchy, but his own version. We don't know if that's going to happen or not yet, but it could happen. But nevertheless, I think that this match proved that Rachel Cushing is probably the best to ever play the game.
Across the leagues, yes.
Yes, across the leagues, because if you look at it, two players have so far been hailed as like the ultimate triple threats, Mike Kalinowski and Rachel Cushing. But who has actually been able to live up to that potential more so? It's Rachel Cushing, because not only is she now a two-time.
Mike hasn't even been close to either the team or the singles belt. That's what.
Whereas if you look at it, Rachel's now a two-time teams champion. She's still the reigning Intergeekdom champion.
Yeah.
She had a title match against Sam Levine for the singles title last year. So, and if she ever decides to go back to that division, if she wants the pressure of having to compete in all those three divisions, because Lord knows this game destroys lives and marriages if you invest in them too much. But, Clark was struggling. Clark was struggling. And Rachel was able to be the best partner she could be and keep her afloat and keep the team afloat. And they did exactly that. It just came down to the 5-pointer. And it sucks for Andraco and Snyder because we know we followed Andraco on that journey to getting to the title for the first time. It was worth it seeing him finally get over that hurdle, but it wasn't meant to be for him to keep it, I guess. And now we have the ShireWolves back on top. They have another chance to cement their legacy as the true best team of all time. And, Case, you said it might be boring to see the ShireWolves win all the time. For me, it's not. But for the people who are, I guess it's just like the attitudes of the ShireWolves versus the attitudes of the now disbanded Patriots. Because what was the appeal of watching the Patriots? The appeal was waiting to see if they were finally going to lose because they were such assholes that you wanted to see them get beaten every time, and every time they proved you wrong. So the anticipation just kept building and building and building to find a team that would finally dethrone them, and it came in the form of Above the Line. We now know that the ShireWolves can actually be beaten, but we now know that they can win the title back pretty easily if they end up losing it. So they set a new record of their own.
What?
Yeah.
Which was something the Patriots couldn't do. They couldn't win the belts back once they had lost them.
No, okay, but to be fair, the opportunity that they got was an Iron Man match. That's a different format than usual. And after that, they split up. If they hadn't split up, if they had stuck together and maybe got back to Above the Line in a regular match, they could have gotten it. Because the thing is,
shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Look. They beat Above the Line the first time around in a regular match. And yes, you can say shoulda, coulda, woulda. We never know. We'll never know. And that's also the thing with the ShireWolves. What if they had answered the 5-pointer against the Odd Couple in the last title match and gotten and just defended the belt? It's a whole lot of what ifs, but it didn't happen in the end. And in the end, the ShireWolves are champions again. And I have expressed my opinion that I'm not the biggest fan of the ShireWolves. And I personally would prefer the Odd Couple to win because I like those guys a little more. But I like a little bit like with the Patriots, or at least a lot of people with the Patriots, like they hated them, and they wanted to see them dethroned. I do think that everyone in the end had a respect for the Patriots because you can't deny they're great, and that's the same thing with me with the ShireWolves. I may not like them that much, but I fucking respect them. And I know that they are one of the best teams, and I am very curious to see who they'll face next and what will happen then. So we'll see. Do we have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Nope.
Video has gone on long enough. Nico?
Do we even need to do plugs? Can we just say dedicated to art at D2A channel and get on out of here?
No. We're going to do this properly. Guys, please. I'm sorry to do this. It's been a long video. I apologize to the people on the panel who needed to suffer through my shitty computer acting up again. Because if you notice, there are a lot of cuts throughout this video where my computer acted up. It happens. But please, give the all the videos that we did, a like. Comment on anything you saw in it, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And Nico, quick version, plug yourself.
At Nico Suave Regolia on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Nico Suave with 4 random meaningless numbers at the end on Discord. Multiplex Entertainment. Zadius and Smith and I have a show called Crisis on Earthplex every Tuesday evening. It's facing cancellation, though, so watch it. Help get the views up so we can keep doing that show. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook. Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. At Combat Wrestling, the number 2 on Twitter. At D2A channel, dedicated to art right here, and Rolling Crits are at Rolling Crits on various social media. We're figuring stuff out. My friends aren't as inept in the world that we're involved in right here, so give the whatever. It's been a long video. They'll figure it out in time. They'll figure it out in time, and when they do, we'll have episodes up, and I'll send you where you need to go to see them.
Chris, plug yourself.
All across social media at Skywalker Dohmen. You guys can follow this fair channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page and stay tuned this Friday for the Who Cares Anyway podcast hosted by yours truly. Nico and I, speaking of multiplex, Nico and I do have our fandom fight team debut in the 8 seed in the 8-team tournament. How do we do? Well, we'll let you know once they finally drop the damn video.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been hearing like. I don't remember when you shot this match, but it was a while ago. I'm like, can we just drop this match already so we can like move on and see the rest of the tournament play out? Anywho, guys, you can follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Case Cornelius on Facebook and Letterboxd, and right here on Dedicated to Art, Schmoedown Reactions, and yeah, the Who Cares Anyway podcast. I'm back this week. I'm back, period, in my new apartment. I'm very happy that I'm here. So, yeah, that's good. And until our next video, I'll just say take care.